Level 1. The Lookout. You are 15 years old, sitting on a sun-bleached plastic chair outside a dusty convenience store in Culiacan. To the world, you're just a kid with a phone and a warm Coke. To the plaza boss, you are a set of eyes. You have one job: watch the asphalt. If you see olive green military trucks, you text a bird emoji. If you see black SUVs with tinted windows and no plates, you text a snake. That means a rival cartel is moving in. You're paid $100 a week, in cash. No taxes, no questions. The older guys in the SUVs don't talk to you. To them, you are just part of the furniture, like a lamp or a curb. But you are a sponge. You watch the local police drive by twice a day. They don't stop, they wave. They're on the payroll. You learn early that the only real ghosts in the machine are the Marines. They can't be bought, and they don't wave back. One afternoon, a convoy rolls through while you're distracted by a girl walking by. You freeze. You forget the bird. 30 seconds later, your phone explodes with messages. Where were you? Are you asleep? A man with a scarred neck appears beside you. He doesn't yell. He just stares with eyes that have seen the bottom of a grave. He whispers, "Next time, we bury you in the desert. You don't forget again." Fear is your first real teacher. Level 2. The Transporter. You're 18 now. The plastic chair is gone, replaced by the driver's seat of a battered white semi-truck. A man approached you at a gas station and asked if you knew how to handle a rig. You lied and said yes. Now, you're at a warehouse on the south side at 6 a.m. The cargo area is overflowing with watermelons. Thousands of pounds of fruit, but welded into the floorboards beneath those melons are 500 kilograms of pure methamphetamine. Your route is Sinaloa to Tijuana. 8 hours of white-knuckle driving. You know the math. If the federales pull you over, you're looking at 20 years in a concrete box. If you make it, you get $3,000. Every time you see headlights in your rearview mirror, your stomach drops into your shoes. Every checkpoint feels like a walk to the gallows. But you make it. You park at a nondescript warehouse in TJ, and men who don't know your name take the keys. One of them hands you a thick envelope. You've never held this much money in your life. You do it again next week, then the week after. Soon, you're making more in a month than your father made in a decade before the cartel killed him for refusing to sign over his small plot of land. The danger becomes routine. You stop checking the mirrors every 5 seconds. You start to feel invincible. That's the most dangerous moment of all. Your cousin gets sloppy at a checkpoint in Mexicali. He gets 15 years in Altiplano. The cartel doesn't send a lawyer. They just find a new driver. You realize then that you are a replaceable part in a very large, very cold machine. Level 3. The Collector. You've been driving for 2 years without an arrest or a scratch on the paint. You've proven you are reliable. And in this business, reliability is more precious than gold. Now, they give you a Glock 17 and a list of addresses. You are a collector. Every business in the plaza, from the smallest taco stand to the largest pharmacy, must pay the tax. It's the price of doing business, the price of staying alive. A taco stand pays $500. A pharmacy pays $2,000. A nightclub pays $10,000. You go door to door, the heavy weight of the steel tucked into your waistband. Most people pay without a word. They look at the floor, hand over the envelope, and wait for you to leave. But there's always one who thinks he's special. A restaurant owner tells you business is slow, that he can't pay this month. You nod politely. You leave. You come back at 2 a.m. with 2 other guys and sledgehammers. You smash every window, every table, every plate. You find the owner in the kitchen and beat him until he can't scream anymore. The next month, he pays double. You're making $1,500 a week now. You buy a used BMW. You buy your mother a new house in a gated community. She doesn't ask where the money comes from. She just cries and hugs you. But you notice the way people cross the street when they see your car. You aren't the kid on the plastic chair anymore. You are the shadow that everyone is afraid will fall on their door. Level 4. The Cell Leader. You're 25 and you've moved up from the streets to the office. You run a cell of 10 men. Your job is simple: move product and protect the perimeter. The cartel supplies you with 100 kilos of cocaine every month. You break it down, sell it to local distributors, and send the money up the chain. You keep 10%. On a good month, that's $100,000 in your pocket. But the money comes with blood. You are responsible for security. If a rival crew like the CJ&G tries to move into your plaza, you don't wait for permission. You handle it. A rival crew kills one of your lookouts, a kid, just like you used to be. You find out where they drink. You send 6 guys with AK, 4 7S. They walk into a crowded bar and open fire. 12 people die. 5 of them were just civilians having a beer after work. It makes the national news. The government promises justice, but you know the governor is on the payroll. Nothing happens. You have a house with a pool, a gold watch, and a girlfriend who thinks you own a successful construction company, but you're managing chaos. Your men are young, high on their own supply, and reckless. You have to discipline them. Sometimes that means a lecture, sometimes it means a bullet in the back of the head. You learn that power isn't about how many people you can kill, it's about how many people you can control. The regional boss is always breathing down your neck for more profit. You realize that replacement at this level is permanent. Level 5, the regional operator. You control an entire city now, maybe Reynosa or Nuevo Laredo. You have 5 cell leaders reporting to you. You manage the supply, the distribution, and the high-level violence. You no longer walk the streets. You move in a convoy of armored SUVs with a dozen bodyguards. You carry a gold-plated pistol that you've never actually fired, because if you have to pull a trigger, something has gone terribly wrong with your strategy. Your job is to think like a general. The plaza boss wants to expand into a neighboring state. You identify the weak points in the rival cartel's territory. You bribe the local police captains to stand down for 48 hours. You coordinate the assault. 30 of your best men roll into a rival town at 3 a.m. By sunrise, the rival cell leader is dead. You hang the bodies from a bridge with a banner that says, "This plaza belongs to us." You also manage the laundry. Millions of dollars flow through your hands, and you can't put it in a savings account. You buy car washes, restaurants, and construction firms' legitimate fronts to hide the stains on the money. You're making $200,000 a month. You have properties in 3 different states. You have a wife and kids who live a world away from your business. You tell them you're an import-export executive. They don't ask questions because they like the private schools and the designer clothes. But the walls are closing in. Your lawyer whispers that the DEA has tapped your lines. You stop using phones. You meet in safe houses that change every night. You sleep 4 hours at a time, your hand near a rifle. You trust no one, not even your own brother. Level 6, the plaza boss. You run the entire state. Every shipment, every murder, every bribe goes through you. You have 500 men under your command. You generate $20 million a month for the organization. But you are a ghost. The public doesn't know your name, and you've scrubbed your face from the internet. You live in a fortress in the mountains, with 20-foot walls, armed guards, and attack dogs. Your work is no longer about drugs, it's about politics. You negotiate with other cartels to avoid expensive wars. You meet with governors and generals. You don't threaten them, you make them offers they can't refuse. A suitcase with $2 million, or a video of them with a mistress. Most take the money. Those who don't, disappear. You are a CEO of a global logistics firm. Cocaine from Colombia, chemicals from China, heroin from the poppy fields. You manage submarines, tunnels, and drones. You make $1 million a month personally, but money has lost its meaning. You have everything you could want and nothing you actually need. You can't go to your daughter's birthday party because it's a security risk. You can't visit your mother's grave because snipers are waiting. You live in a golden cage, and the paranoia is a physical weight in your chest. You execute 2 of your top lieutenants based on a rumor. You'd rather be wrong and alive than right and dead. Level 7, the cartel leader. You are the king. You killed your way to the top, and now you sit on a throne of bone. Your organization moves 100 tons of product a year. You have cells in 15 countries and politicians in 6 states under your thumb. You are worth $3 billion. Your name is at the top of every most wanted list. The US has a $10 million bounty on your head. Special forces units are hunting you through the jungle. You move safe houses every 3 days. You've had plastic surgery twice. Even your own children wouldn't recognize you in a crowd. You meet other kings to divide the map like a game of Risk. Everyone makes money, everyone stays alive for now. But greed is a terminal disease. War breaks out over a single shipment. Hundreds die. Towns become battlefields. You want to retire, but you realize there is no retirement plan in this business. If you step down, your own people will kill you because you know too much. You are the most powerful criminal in the hemisphere and the most hunted man on Earth. Level 8, Supermax. The end of the road. Maybe it was a raid, maybe a betrayal by a right-hand man. Now you are in a cell at ADX Florence, Colorado. 23 hours a day in total isolation. Concrete walls, a steel door, no windows, no sound. You will die here. No amount of money can bribe these guards. No army can break these walls. El Chapo is in the cell next to yours, and he's never coming out either. You had billions. You had an empire. Now, you have a thin mattress and the rest of your life to think about every person you stepped on to get here. You realize that in the end, the cartel didn't work for you. You worked for the cartel, and it finally finished with you. Level 9, the successor. The world thinks the war is over because you are in a cage. They are wrong. While you sit in silence, your nephew is taking over, or your son, or a lieutenant you once trusted. The drugs keep flowing, the money keeps moving, the bodies keep piling up. The cycle is perfect. You were a king, now you're a ghost story. Parents tell their children to keep them inside at night. And somewhere in Culiacan, there is a 15-year-old kid sitting on a plastic chair outside a convenience store. He's watching the road. He's waiting for his phone to buzz. He's waiting for his turn to climb the ladder. This isn't a gang. This is a business. A billion-dollar empire built on blood. And it is still running perfectly without you.